What is going on, everybody? Chuck here, and I hope that you are having a wonderful day today. In this video, I'm gonna do something a little bit different. I'm gonna try to be informative, because in this video, I'm gonna talk about how to and why you should apply lime to your lawn. If you are new to my channel, I just want to welcome you. Hopefully you gain something out of this video, and you're obviously looking for information on how to apply lime to your lawn or why you should apply lime to your lawn. But first, I just want to say this. I don't ever want to come across like I know everything, because I do not. This is only my second spring since I did my lawn rehab a couple years ago. And so even at that point, which is probably what you're doing right now, you're just trying to figure out how to do certain things, how to make your lawn the best that it can be. And so you stumbled across my channel. So that's both a good thing and a bad thing. Subscribe. But for this particular video and for this particular topic, it's something that I have not heard a lot about. I've heard people say they apply lime to your lawn, but I never really understood the whys and the hows and all that kind of stuff when it comes to lime in the lawn. So obviously you want to know, why should you apply lime to your lawn? So I guess the question is, why should you apply lime to your lawn? And the answer is very simple. It's because you have acidic soil. And now you're probably wondering, well, how do I know if I have acidic soil? Well, that answer is also easy. Do a soil test. There are several of them out there. My soil test kit, the one that I used here on the channel, has one that's easy to use. The Yard Mastery is very similar, if not the same, pretty close. Has one. Soil Savvy is another one, or you can go to your local county extension office and they'll do a soil test for you. But either way, get a soil test done, because that's the only way you're actually going to know your pH levels. Now, there are also some probes that you can stick in the ground, and they'll sort of give you maybe a number, but I've heard mixed results for those, whether or not they're really accurate, so I can't really speak to them. So that just the easiest, best way is to get a soil test done. And I know you may be thinking, well, 25 bucks a pop, that seems a bit pricey, and I don't know if I want to do that or if the information is that valuable. And I can tell you the information is worth every single penny, because not only is your soil test going to tell you what your macro and micronutrient levels are, you're going to obviously learn your pH balance levels. You're going to, if you use the My Soil soil test kit or the Yard Mastery, it'll actually give you products that you can use to based on your results. But like my hashtag is #hands to soil. And that's because the thought process is to get down and learn your grass, get your hands dirty, learn what your soil is doing. And the best way to really understand your soil is to get the soil test. And so like I said, that's how you can learn your pH balance. Now, pH is broken up into three areas. You have soil is broken up into three areas. You have acidic soil, a neutral soil, and an alkaline soil. Now, if you have acidic soil, that means you have a low pH balance. Alkaline is a high pH balance. And obviously neutral is just that on the My Soil, it says optimal range. It means you have the optimal soil. And so why does that matter? Why do you want neutral soil? It's because neutral soil, actually says it here on the bag, actually helps the soil retain and absorb the nutrients better, the fertilizer that you're putting down. Whereas if you have acidic or alkaline soil, you're not getting the most out of your fertilizer. I mean, you're spending, depending what fertilizer you get, 40 bucks a bag, maybe more, maybe less. And if you're not getting the full benefit of it because your soil is not right, then you're just throwing money away. And the same thing goes to say, if you have a neutral pH balance, you don't need to go and throw lime down. Now, I don't know if people on Facebook groups, or even on YouTube videos have done their soil test before they applied their lime, but it seems like some people just have it as part of their yearly plan. Every year they're going to put down lime. Like I said, I don't know if they did a soil test or not, but if they're just putting lime down, you can actually doing more harm than good, because if you are already at a neutral pH balance and you throw lime down, it's going to push you up into an alkaline level, which is obviously not where you want to be. You want to be neutral. So don't just go throw lime down. Get a soil test done so you can see if you even need it at all. Each turf grass type, turf grass type, it doesn't make any sense, has a buffer zone or pH balance that it likes to be at. I have turf type tall fescue, and it likes to be at a pH balance between a 5.5 5.8 and a 6.5. Kentucky bluegrass and perennial ryegrass, can't talk today, likes to be at a 6 to a 7. But I think the general rule of thumb, and this is just from what I've gathered, try to keep it between a 6 and a 7, and then you're good to go. Now, when I did my soil test, I was at a 5.89. So depending on what scale I use, either I have a low pH balance if I go from the 6 to the 7, or if I'm doing the specific turf type tall fescue, I'm barely hanging on to the low end of the optimal range. So I want to apply lime to my lawn to get me up. Now, the product that I use is Soil Doctor RX, I don't know if that's actually how I say it, but Soil Doctor pelletized LawnLime. So each bag, or at least these bags that I bought of Soil Doctor, is 40 pounds. Now on the back of the bag, like any fertilizer that you will ever buy, it actually gives you application settings, right? And so we have here, it has pounds of limestone needed for 1,000 square feet, which is good because I mean that's the way we really measure anything when it comes to lawn. Unless you have one of those huge properties and you have acreage, that's a whole nother story. But if you're just your average homeowner with your average house size, by 1,000 square foot is any kind of math that you want to do. So it actually says here, if your soil pH balance is a 4.0, 4.5, 5.0, 5.5, or 6.0, right? That's good. I mean, it's not obviously specific, so my 5.8 is somewhere in between here, but still it tells you what's your pH balance, right? It actually only goes up to a 6 because it wants to put you at a soil pH of 6.5. So if you're going from the 6 to the 7 range, it puts you right in the middle, right where you want to be. And then it asks you, what is your soil type? Sand, loam, or clay? Now here in East Tennessee, we have red clay. This stuff is a pain in the butt. And it will tell you how many pounds per 1,000 you need to put down. So if you have a really acidic soil, like a 4.0 pH balance, then you need to put down 230 pounds of lime per 1,000 square feet. That's a lot. These bags are only 40 pounds. So you would need, for just 1,000 square feet, you would almost need 6 bags of lime to cover just 1,000 square feet. My lawn is 2,500 square feet, so that would be almost 12, 13 bags or so. Not really doing the math, just sort of guessing, but 12 to 13 bags. And they're $4 a bag, so they're not overly expensive, but still it does add up. When you're talking about 5,000 square foot lawns or more than that, it really adds up. But for my lawn, I am at a 5.9, like I said, on the main lawn. On the strip, I was perfect. I don't need to worry about the strip at all. But on the main lawn, I'm a 5.89, so I'm in between the 5.5 and the 6. And so with the clay soil, if I were to go with the setting of 6, I need to put 50 pounds of lime per 1,000. If I did the 5.5, it's 100. But because I'm closer to the 6 and because I don't want to spend all that much money, I'm gonna say I'm closer to a 6. And so I'm gonna go with if my pH balance was a 6.0, round it up, why not, right? So 50 pounds per 1,000. So with a 2,500 square feet, that's 125 pounds of lime that I need to put down. Now let's talk about the spreader. So I have the Scott's Turf Builder EdgeGuard DLX. It's just one that I bought at Home Depot when I did my initial lawn rehab a couple years ago. It wasn't even on sale, but I didn't have a spreader, so I needed one. And so this is the one I went with because it had the EdgeGuard, and I thought the EdgeGuard would be really cool to have, although the EdgeGuard on this one has stopped working. Another video on that later. This particular Soil Doctor doesn't actually give the detail of fertilizer you'll have. They'll say, well, if you have a Scotch EdgeGuard DLX, have it at a setting 5.5, or if you have an Earthway, blah, 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 go to a whatever. This one doesn't do here. It says if you have a broadcast spreader, to have it 2/3 open. So you need a guess. So let's go ahead and look inside the spreader and see what we're doing. So here is the mouth of the Scott's EdgeGuard DLX. Currently I have my spreader set to 5.5, which is what I use to apply my pre-emergent. And this is how it's opened up. Now the Scott's EdgeGuard goes from a 2 to a 15 setting. If I did a 1, it'd be too low, nothing can get through it, all the way up to a 15. So this is what it looks like. This is what it looks like wide open, where I can easily fit my finger through there. And this is it at its lowest setting. can't even get really my fingertip in there. So it says, the bag says to have it at a 2/3 open. So if you do the simple math, 2/3 of 15 is 10. So on the Scott's Edgeguard DLX, have it open to a 10. My fingertip fits through there just fine. It's not all the way open, obviously, but setting number 10 on the spreader is the recommended setting for the Soil Doctor pelletized lime. Now, one thing I did not go over is for lime. Now, this is obviously the Soil Doctor. There are different types of lime that you can purchase. You can buy this Soil Doctor, which is pelletized lime, which is different than pulverized lime. Now, a lot of lime that you'll buy in a bag is pulverized, and so it's almost like a powdered substance, and it gets everywhere, and it's messy, and it's harder to spread. You can also get a liquid version of lime, but with the pelletized lime, it's very much like a fertilizer, so it's easier to control. They say whether or not it dissolves down into the ground any easier there's hit or miss on it, but so there are different types of lime that you can purchase. I just went with pulverized because it spreads like fertilizer, and it's more like a traditional thing that you can put in your spreader and go. So now that we know more about lime and we know our spreader settings, it is time to spread. Now, I have 3 40-pound bags of this Soil Doctor pelletized lawn lime. Now, I know what you're saying. Well, Chuck, you said you needed 125 pounds for 2,500 square feet based on the bag rate. You are correct. I am 5 pounds shy, but I am okay with that because, like I said, depending on which scale I go with, whether or not I go through the turf type tall fescue of a 5.8 to a 6.5, or I go from the general rule of thumb from a 6 to a 7, either way, 120 pounds of lime will get me to where I want to be, whether it's not exactly at a 6.5, but it's at a 6.4 or something like that. I'm pretty darn close. I'm not going to go buy another bag of lime just to save 35 pounds for later. I'm not all about that kind of stuff. So I'd rather just go with 120 pounds because it's a lot in all honesty. So I'm gonna go ahead, open up these bags and get to spreading in the lawn. Smells like barbecue. Now, I did have a bit of an accident with that Edgeguard spreader, and it's happened before with certain fertilizers, not even certain, all fertilizers. At some point, when you go to close the mouth, the hole, a piece of fertilizer will get caught in between the actual hopper and the mouth, so it doesn't fully close all the way. And so that's what happened right here. And a little bit of spillage. So that is it for this video. Definitely different than a typical video on my channel. I don't do a whole lot of how-tos because I don't know how to do a lot of these things. A lot of it is just me taking stuff that I've watched on other lawn care YouTubers, Facebook groups, or Google searches, and trying out on my lawn, trying different things, seeing what sticks, trying different products than what typical people are telling you to try. And yeah, so I don't do a whole lot of these videos, but I want to do one specific video for applying lime because I've seen so much different information out there regarding lime, so I want to have a place to say, here is why you should apply lime. Please don't apply it every single year without doing a soil test because you may not need it, and then if you do apply it and you didn't need it, then you're going to have alkaline soil. So then you'll need other products to bring that pH balance back down. So please just, if anything, now you know why. If you use that Soil Doctor RX, it is setting number 10 on your Scott's Edgeguard DLX. Otherwise, keep your spreader 2/3 open. And yeah, so anyway, I have new stickers. Please, if you'd like a new sticker, send me an email. My email address is down below with your address, and I'll get those shipped off to you as soon as I can. But anyway, I hope you all enjoyed this video. Please like, subscribe, comment below. Have you applied lime? What is your rule of thumb? When applying lime, what kind of products have you used to apply lime? Let's just have a conversation about it. But anyway, I will see you all in the next video. Have a wonderful rest of your day. Please stay safe out there, and God bless.